Hey guys, today I'm going to be discussing a game that might not be on your radar yet, Cryptic Explorers. Deemed as an asymmetrical squad tactics and survival horror game for 2 to 4 players, it seems to have some solid gameplay with a theme and art style that sets it apart from the rest. So let's get into it. Alright, first things first, the game details. Cryptic Explorers is a 1 vs many dungeon crawler, 5 years in the making. One player plays the side of death, while the other players play the Cryptonauts, which are just normal humans that work for a megacorp that has tasked them with going into the realm of death to steal occult knowledge. It is their task to cooperatively work together to collect souls and battle monsters in this realm, all while upgrading their special abilities to get occult knowledge. They will be doing this across 4 different game boards with different hazards and objectives, going after 20 unique artifacts. In Cryptic Explorers, you don't just pick a single Cryptonaut. Instead, you customize your own squad of Cryptonauts by selecting 2 to 3 of them. There are a total of 32 Cryptonauts that each have their own unique abilities. They are grouped into 4 main classes: Support-Centered Scientist, Combat-Oriented Mercenaries, Spellcasters, and Gadget-Using Experts. This allows you to really customize your playstyle. You could, for instance, choose Cryptonauts in a way that allows you to specialize in spellcasting, or heavy weapon use, or hit-and-run tactics. The Goddess player selects one of 3 unique Goddesses of Death. Each one has its own unique abilities and unique monsters. They will be summoning these monsters, using game-changing mastery effects, and utilizing dark monoliths to kill all the Cryptonauts before they can leave the realm with what they have collected. Depending on the goddess you choose, changes how you'll go about accomplishing this. For instance, if you pick Mycothis, you have fungal magics that can rot away the Cryptonauts. Or perhaps you want to overwhelm them with many monsters with Gorkuk. All of this is wrapped in some heavy theming, not just from the art style, but the heavy amount of written lore behind each Cryptonaut and the world they inhabit, from the shadowy Nauticus think tank to the invasion of the realm of death themselves. Gameplay is actually pretty straightforward. Each Cryptonaut has 2 actions to use for each round. Actions are move, attack, cast, use abilities, rest, prepare, gather souls, steal artifacts, and complete objective. Each Cryptonaut has 4 unique abilities, and they must be soul charged by using a soul to unlock the use of the ability for the entire game. When you steal an artifact, it comes with some powerful abilities of its own that can be upgraded through soul charging and devouring. Death is constant, however, and there's a reason you have so many Cryptonauts. Once killed, they are gone for the whole game, so calculating who to sacrifice in order to complete your objectives is a heavy part of the game. On the goddess side of things, each round they will draw cards and gain power, then summon monsters and perform 2 actions with each monster in play, as well as playing cards for their effects and masteries and using her abilities. You'll need to manage your pool of power as you do all of this, and use those cards to help protect the objectives and fight against the Cryptonauts. Playing a card for its effect is an instant change for 1 round, such as providing an extra speed boost to some of your monsters, whereas a mastery is a permanent change, such as locking all doors on the realm. To win, the Cryptonauts must find at least 3 Knowledge of Death cards and have a Cryptonaut with them in their inventory escape the realm of death. If you have any more questions about the rules, I suggest you follow the link in the description below and check out the rulebook they have posted there. With that overview out of the way, let's get down and dirty with the campaign specifics. There are 4 pledge levels for Cryptic Explorers. However, several of these aren't for everybody. I'll break these down in a moment. The campaign will last about 24 days and is expected to deliver around August of 2020, with shipment of the core box costing around $15 to $20 to the US. A quick note here, they've actually been really upfront about the possibility of tariffs and Brexit. For the whole China-US tariff thing, they will absorb the cost of any tariffs up to 25%. As for Brexit, they'll work to ensure shipments are affected as low as possible, but that may change. Okay. On to those pledge levels. First up, with the Adept pledge level at a single $1. This will of course get you into the PM, but it'll also provide you with a print-and-play version of the game. Next up is the regular edition at $59. This gets you the Cryptic Explorer game, plus all stretch goals and 4 Kickstarter exclusive Elite Cryptonauts added. What's in that core box? You get a rulebook, a realm book, 6 counter dice and 4 combat dice, 16 standee stands, 32 Cryptonaut character sheets and standees comprised of 8 scientists, 8 spellcasters, 8 experts, and 8 mercenaries, 3 goddess sheets and 10 unique monster sheets for their unique monsters, 1 special blood chalice sheet and an accompanying monster sheet, 24 monster standees, 76 goddess cards, some artifact and trap and knowledge of death cards, 2 double-sided game boards, and a ton of tokens and counters. Next up is the $89 Deluxe Edition that also includes some more Kickstarter exclusive content such as 4 bone dice, 4 neoprene playmats for all 4 players, and all created Cryptonauts from the Collector's Edition. Well, I suppose that means I should explain the Collector's Edition. This pledge level will cost $265 and comes with everything already mentioned, as well as a numbered 90mm resin Gorkook goddess bust and plinth sculpted by the legendary, at least on my channel, Charles Agius, who did a lot of work for Limbo Eternal War. In addition, you also get a piece of original physical art that you can pick out, and the ability to create a new Cryptonaut that you get to keep the original art for. You'll be able to work with the designer to work on the design, meta, and idea around this Cryptonaut. So what kind of stretch goals are we looking at here? Well, luckily they've shown some already, the first being a Relics of Evil expansion that adds new relic rules and 4 new relic cards, 1 for each map. After that, you will unlock the Mirror Waste expansion that comes with a new 1 vs 1 quick play rule set and an accompanying game board. You can also piecemeal out the stuff you want via add-ons. Those include the Bone Dice set for $4, the Gorkook Goddess Bust for $49, the Plinth made of black resin and oak wood for $27, a soundtrack cassette with a digital Bandcamp code for $8, and finally a sweet looking t-shirt for $14. With that, let's move on to the King's Decree. I'll say right off the bat that this is not for everyone thanks to the heavy art style. However, underneath that niche style is what looks to be a really solid game that's straight up Amerithrash. I personally really like the squad idea, and I think it's a neat alternative to the typical equipment system you get in other games. I also really like the asymmetrical gameplay of the goddesses versus the Cryptonauts, as there's some resource management and card play on her side of things. Mind you, I do really wish this was a miniatures game. The creator has said that it's certainly a possibility in a future campaign, and I imagine they'd have an upgrade kit with that one for anyone backing now, but if the Gorkook Bust is a sign of what's possible with this theme, you can bet I'm super interested in future minis. Now I know a lot of you guys that are into unique games, ones that stand out from the vast shelf of games that we already have, and if so, I think this is a really solid choice. It looks like a solid game with some unique twists and an ultra unique theme. If you like the theme and think the game seems interesting, then be sure to check out the Kickstarter page via the link in the description below. Of course, while you are there, please feel free to press that like button on the video if you have found it helpful, and if you want to see more Kickstarter coverage just like this. And also, be sure to subscribe and select the bell icon so YouTube actually notifies you when I make new videos. Well, that's all for today, guys. Expect a review for Zombicide Invader and Chronicle X soon, as well as a miniature painting video for Lilith from Limbo Eternal War. I have a vote out now on my YouTube community page asking about interest in Zombicide and Chronicle X, so be sure to vote there so you can better gauge your interest, or just let me know in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching, have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you soon.